Hello, my name is Emmeline Gayhart. I'm an applied computer science major, and today I'll be talking about the future in terms of the intersection of gender, race, and artificial intelligence. So, high paying fields have always been synonymous with success and financial stability. However, behind this facade of prosperity lies a history of inequality where certain groups have been systemically excluded from these avenues of growth. This exclusion resulted in a rise in demand and compensation for these roles due to a proclaimed shortage of qualified professionals. Interestingly, as we have seen these high paying industries become more equitable, we have also simultaneously seen the rise of technologies that have already eradicated the need for many positions, changing the landscape for everyone of the youngest generations equally. In this short presentation, I'll briefly discuss the relationships between gender, race, and artificial intelligence and touch on how these dynamics are driving a significant transformation in our perception and pursuit of career success and financial stability in the future. This commentary serves as a refresher for many, but also a good introduction for those who are looking to learn more. So, high paying professions have often been dominated by specific demographics, primarily white men. This lack of diversity has historical roots where women and people of color were systemically excluded from employment opportunities and denied access to education. As a result, a shortage of qualified workers in certain fields emerged, leading to an increased demand for individuals to fill these positions, thereby driving up salaries. Another area we should consider is the narrowing gaps and declining wages. So, over the past few decades, considered efforts to address gender and race disparities in the workplace have led to a narrowing of these gaps. As more women and people of color gain access to education and employment opportunities, the availability of qualified individuals has increased. As the need for certain types of workers are met, wages for those positions naturally decrease, yet still remain competitive and providing for a high quality of life. This shows that inclusivity does not kill high paying jobs, but that the manufactured talent crisis is inflating wages beyond a degree that's necessary. Another area we should discuss is barriers to entry. So, despite progress, certain barriers still disproportionately persist for women and people of color seeking high paying careers. There's three areas I wanted to discuss specifically. So, the first area is ability to not have or be the primary caretaker of children. The second is the ability to abstain from a relationship or find a partner who is willing to split domestic duties. And three, the ability to finance or access higher education. So affirmative action programs have lessened the effect of these barriers, and a healthy market has still been able to be maintained despite a slight decline in wages in high-paying jobs. Wages are still higher than those in most other sectors due to it still being required to have a commitment, resources, and guidance to receive a STEM education and develop a career. Most of society is weeded out from this alone. Another area to discuss is affirmative action and its limitations. So, affirmative action programs have played a crucial role in leveling the playing field, but their impact has been gradual. While they aim to promote gender and racial equality in the labor market, they have not yet been fully realized to their intended effect. What this means is that there are still many positions with extremely high paying salaries that, practically speaking, only men have access to. And then another area to discuss is the tech evolution and changing dynamics. So, the evolution of technology, including the development of low code, no code tools and AI code assistance, has contributed to the democratization of access to historically high paying professions. Microsoft states on the landing page for their program Power Up that by 2025, 70% of new applications developed by enterprises will use low code or no code technologies, up from less than 25% in 2020. Job growth in these sectors has surged, but due to that, average salaries have dipped since 2017. So let's discuss AI's disruptive potential. So ChatGPT and Copilot assisted engineering simultaneously hold the potential to both accelerate the narrowing of gender and race gaps in the workforce and also to eliminate that progress altogether. One key change brings is the shift from standardized education requirements to experiential learning. This shift has the power to make historically high-paying sectors accessible to a much wider range of individuals, regardless of previously defined merit. Essentially, while women and people of color have been seeing progress in their ability to acquire historically high-paying jobs, it has typically only been the privileged or lucky of these demographics to reap the benefits. The advancement of AI is opening up paths for even the most economically disadvantaged of any demographic to take part, accelerating the supply of qualified workers and therefore decreasing the demand and salary of these jobs. The new quest in equality will then be to ensure diversity in high leadership and specialist roles, as these will be the only high-paying, high-influence roles remaining. So this is kind of my own hypothesis for AI's transformative path. This is just kind of from my own experience in tech and just kind of from what I've read, from what I've seen so far, and from what I know about AI and what I know about tech companies and their own interests. So this is not like nobody has said this officially, but this is just my own hypothesis of the path that AI will take in transforming this landscape. So the integration of AI into the workforce will likely follow a distinct timeline affecting the economic landscape in 6 stages. So the first stage will be accessible participation. So AI's capabilities will enable a broader range of individuals to participate in historically high-paying sectors, leading to a reduction in wages as supply increases. This first stage is just starting to happen now. Along with stage 2, which is automation and job reduction. So automation driven by AI will lead to a decrease in entry-level salaries in these fields. It will be more common to see individuals being financially reliant on individuals rather than what we see now, individuals reliant on corporations. This will take the shape of personal service workers, stay-at-home partners, sex workers, etc. So this part is also already happening in tech currently. You don't see entry-level positions anymore, and that's because a lot of entry-level responsibilities have been automated by senior engineers using ChatGPT. So they're able to quickly get through a lot of tasks that entry-level developers were used to be responsible for. So stage 2 has already started to happen. And then stage 3 is specialist demand. So AI will create a demand for specialists to manage and develop AI-driven technologies, stabilizing salaries for qualified professionals for a limited period. So this is when, since a lot of the entry-level jobs have been automated away, there will be a need still for specialists specifically. And so if you wanted to have like a more stable salary, you would go into one of these more specialist roles. And then the 4th stage is education evolution. So a surge in demand for specialist education will create opportunities in educational content and programs, allowing individuals to profit off those seeking to become qualified for higher salaries. You're starting to see this happen already, but I foresee this being a much larger industry in the future, is like educational content around getting into tech. The scene has just started, but I foresee it growing substantially. Stage 5 is personal branding and digital services. So to maintain an income equivalent to what most would be used to from their high-paying salaries, individuals will need to develop and monetize personal brands, offering digital services, subscriptions, and merchandise to offset potential salary decreases and or limited traditional opportunities. So essentially, since wages will be declining or roles just being removed completely, since it will be a more competitive market at a certain point, people will need to essentially just have multiple streams of income if they want to maintain their lifestyle, essentially, or the lifestyle that they wanted from entering tech. And then stage 6, virtual economies. So microeconomies based on virtual currencies will likely emerge as an alternative means of value exchange due to the future inaccessibility of USD and as a way to continue supporting expensive lifestyles. So what I mean by this is not necessarily cryptocurrency. I more so mean like social media platforms might have their own like tokens or currency. You see this currently with video games where you can like buy things with the in-game currency. And so there's technically some sort of reliance and value in that currency. So I just see more currencies like that starting to arise, like TikTok currency or Discord currency or Snap currency, where these will be more like socially acceptable ways to like exchange value between friends, between people, for either goods or just like anything in general. I just see there's going to be less of a reliance on USD specifically in the future, just due to the tumultuous nature of careers and the economy that is to come. So how would you adapt to this new landscape? So the evolving landscape of historically high-paying jobs will undoubtedly be volatile. Technically competent and mentally resilient individuals are more likely to adapt, thrive, and build supportive communities. Those who lack technical proficiency or mental resilience might find themselves in less stable income streams, relying on unconventional jobs, subsidies, or interdependence within their network. So TLDR, which stands for too long didn't read. So basically to summarize everything, at the intersection of gender, race, and artificial intelligence, we see the reshaping of the realm of high-paying careers. As historical barriers continue to crumble and as AI simultaneously ushers in a new era of accessibility, the ideal path forward requires an adaptability to new technologies, creative innovation, and the redefinition of what we consider successful. Here are all my references that I used to create this presentation. If you wanted to read further, I'd highly recommend. These are really great resources to like kind of learn more about the impact of AI on the job market. And at the bottom here, these are actually 3 programs that are open to anyone that's looking to get into tech to help train them up and I guess just like move into tech if they are interested. I'm currently a part of this program right here, Dev Degree. Yep. All right. Well, thank you for listening. That's the end of my presentation.